Hey sugars, this is us. Welcome to Mind Sugar. I encourage you to like, comment, or subscribe, or feel free to bitch, moan, or complain. It's all sugar. Hey, I want a girls with extensions in the hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. Come on, LL with the roundaway girl. And some of us, yes, we are around the way girls, now soccer moms. Yes! Cheering our kids on the sidelines at the soccer games, making sure the family got coats and warm things to wear. Yes. So who told you, girl from the hood, that you couldn't be who you wanted to be? Listen, I'm a roundaway girl. I grew up in the hood. No, I wasn't a drug dealer girlfriend, because I had too many people too busy being on drugs in my family. So I already knew that wasn't going to be the right way to go. And you already saw by looking time and time again which direction you probably was going to end up at. Either you was going to have kids with a drug dealer, he was probably going to get killed or go to jail. You'll be on the system on welfare, blah, 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 blah. The saga continues. Some of us saw that and didn't want any parts of that. But yes, do we embody the hood in the sense of the energy, the fashion, and everything in the hood? Sure we do. Sure we do. And a lot of us, yes, we went to school, and yes, we went to college, and we did other things. And that hood, and when we ran into adversity, we hustled and might have went to did what we had to do to get to that next level and pull ourselves out. You know what? Back in the 80s, to be a young girl in the 80s, it was rough for young boys too, but I'm gonna speak on young girls. But our boy counterparts had it bad too. They really had it bad too. But as a girl, it was a lot. It was so many things that was going on, and a lot of times a girl wasn't protected in a sense, because everybody was getting locked up, people were getting killed. They was ripping and tearing up families. It just was a place where it was rough for young girls, and some young girls did what they had to do to survive and get through it. Some women and teenagers at that point inundated themselves with having a bunch of kids. I think for some women in the hood, that's the way to inundate, to cushion yourself. I don't know if it's some sort of protection of some sort of, okay, if I have these kids, then guess what? Maybe not much is expected from me because I got these kids, and how much am I going to be able to do and give? Okay. Some went to school, did what they had to do. We found all kind of ways to do what we got to do and get to where we need to be. And you do fight stereotypes along the way. People, if you look a certain way, if you look a certain way, if you speak a certain way, my accent is still here. I'm from New Jersey. I still have my accent. And I'm in my 40s. I still have my accent. I did a few things in life. I had a path that not everybody, it never made sense to people. As the world opens up and we can share information, you start to run across people that have similar paths or might have walked in similar directions or made certain decisions that maybe they didn't make sense to people where I was from or when I was making them. But as the world gets smaller through information, you begin to see that you wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one who made certain decisions. And I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I made the decisions I made. I'm glad that I knew I didn't want to become like everybody else, because guess what? If you're raised up together, you come from the same likeness. You know these people. A lot of times, a lot of people, they're good people. These are your family members. These are the people who born and bred you. But if you don't do something different, I came from working people. My people always worked. So it wasn't all my people's on welfare. We lived in the projects. No, we didn't. They scuffled. Lower class working people, or I guess, everybody have vices. People want to be drunks, alcoholics, or whatever they want to do. And a lot of times the problem is what people spending their money on. It's not that the money is not there. It's how they spending it. So when we say, oh, my mother or my father did the best they can do, did your mother and your father really do the best they can do? Or they did them? Come on, let's talk about it. Because, see, we got to go back and kind of think about where we came from and things that was going on then, and how much of that do we pick up now? How much of that do we pick up? I'm doing the best I can do with what I have. Are you doing the best you can do with what you have? You know, people say, oh, I can't afford to send my kids to private school. Oh, you can't? But you spend almost $1,000 between that car note and that luxury car you got to go park in the hood. And guess what? It's going to cost you to live in the hood. Money has been made hand over foot from the hood. That black tax you paying, oh, it's going to cost you. That tax is extra everything, from being who you are, the way you look, and living in the hood. It's a tax that goes along with that. And people been getting rich off since the inception of this country. So please, don't tell me what you can't do. Okay?